What is up, guys? Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, which is no longer in 480p thanks to Mr. Casino. I'm sorry about that. The memory cache on my recording software just completely filled up and it reduced the resolution, and I'm an idiot and I didn't notice. Quick recap of what's going on. So, Republican and Nationalist Spain are fighting it out, and it seems contra historically that Republican Spain, the communists, are going to win. So that actually helps us quite a lot. At the moment, Germany has not invaded Poland or Czechoslovakia, but it will. And once it does, we know shit's going to go down once they start looking at the Netherlands and Belgium, because that is when they stick it to Das Man and come for us. We have been focusing primarily on the Navy. What we're trying to do is keep enough political power to significantly increase our ability to conscript men, because at the moment we don't really have the manpower to maintain a standing army big enough to effectively see out this campaign. Let's unpause things, let science stuff happen. I'm not going to modify the government, instead we are going to be waiting very much for the declaration of war that is inevitably coming. We have 3 armies at present. None of them are particularly large. They're entirely defensive in nature and will be for almost the entire duration of the war. What I'm going to do is spend a moment to focus on improving relations. I found out the other day that one of my great-great-grandparents is from here. I had no idea. Small world. We are going to try and make ourselves a bit friendlier to Great Britain as well. I'm going to improve relations with Ireland on the hope that they eventually consider working a bit more alongside us, because obviously they remain neutral, well, almost entirely neutral throughout the entire war period. They had a bias, I suppose, towards the Allies, but they tried to stay out of it by and large. Which, given their situation at the time, it's very easy to be critical, but given their situation at the time, having recently, or relatively recently, only regained their independence, it seems like they had bigger fish to fry, and I know that sounds very small-minded, perhaps, but they were in a very unique position, and I think I can kind of understand why they just didn't want to get mixed up in all this, to be honest, because the country was in a bit of a dangerous position as it was. New Zealand and Australia, we want to be big-time buddy-buddies with as well. That's costing us quite a bit of our influence, but we'll gain it back. The main thing is to make sure we have the right friends when we need them. How are things looking with our factories? See, that's something as well. When you change your politics, you change how much consumer goods you have to produce to make people happy, which is very good news indeed. For us, because that frees up some factories to do other things. Let's see what we're doing with construction. We've got 2 factories currently working on producing buildings and the like. That will improve over time. I'm going to move the anti-aircraft emplacement up to be constructed next, simply because Luftwaffe reasons. We've got free military factory capacity. That is good. What are we not producing right now? We're producing fighters, producing motorized vehicles, infantry equipment, and support equipment. I guess we need to produce some towed artillery or light tanks. Let's go for light tanks. That means we now need to trade for steel, actually, so maybe we cancel that. And what do we need to produce artillery? Same thing. See, really we need both, but I guess light tanks. We still cannot produce, cannot deploy any of our submarines. I'm not producing any other naval vessels at this time because we can't crew those either. We're going to focus next then on political power, I suppose. We've got a research slot available too. We will, I guess, we've got a logistics company, signal or field hospital or maintenance or military police. Military police is for if you want to be doing invasions and the like, which we don't. I suppose we could go for a level 2 light tank. Infantry equipment's coming up as well. And we've got land doctrine and all kinds of things to be worried about. Let's go for naval doctrine actually and try and improve things there since we're not doing a great deal. We've got available aircraft reserves but no men with which to crew them, so that doesn't really help us any. Let's see if maybe we can... How much manpower is... Yeah, look, we've far too much manpower required to make that happen. We really need to get into the war, actually, to be honest, to open up... It's a strange balance, I suppose, of needing to have certain options open to us that, because of how the game is structured, require us to be at war, which is a war we are not prepared to fight because we are not at war. We're not gaining a lot of army experience either, so we really do need to move quite quickly, because experience is what enables you to design new divisions that make use of the new equipment. So it's all well and good producing these things, but nothing really is happening. We're going to take our fighter squadron and begin giving them some kind of experience, I suppose. We will have them operate in the Baltic Sea. And what we want them to do which for some reason isn't happening. There we go. We want them to perform interceptions. Actually, we want them here performing interceptions, and tactical bombers can do close air support. Okay, so they've now got missions to do should shit kick off. We are going to go for prepared defense because of reasons that should hopefully be completely obvious. Once this new factory is completed, we're going to have to trade for some more steel. We will use that to leverage ourselves a little bit of extra friendship, synergy, whatever you want to call it, with important trade partners, because you do get a boost to your diplomatic relations by having trade partnerships. So important stuff. This factory will complete 10th of August 1939, so a little bit late in the day, but maybe we do alright. Germany has claimed Lithuania. That's an interesting move. We have very little capacity to detect anything that's coming in. We don't have radar yet. It's very hard, to be honest, to effectively defend Norway. Because you're just so limited in a lot of your options, but if you can get past that early stage, they're as viable as any other nation, and they're all viable, and that's why I love this game. What's being recruited? Mountaineer divisions, apparently. And what we want is a motorized and an armored division. We have no manpower to make that happen either, but whatever. So, we're going to go for the next level of infantry equipment. Marines are something that we need as well, but we only have 3 research slots. There's a national focus that gives you more research slots here. So what we need to do is go for infrastructure effort. So we will do that. Okay. Still not able to deploy any of our submarines that we've been building. What I'm going to do is these dragon regiments, I am thinking really that I should disband them, because horses are shit. And that should put some manpower back into the pool. Yeah. There we go. And that gives us or should give us more manpower, but I don't think it has. What's here? Ah, these are the 2 submarines that have finally been deployed. Okay, so you've just seen that things are kicking off in Czechoslovakia, or are about to. Messy, messy, messy times are ahead, which means it's very important that we get these submarines where we want them. They're all on assignment, so we want you. Okay, we're going to reassign that over to this coast. And then thank you. This is really fucking frustrating. Okay, we want you up here, please. That's a destroyer. That's part of the problem. Who's got... Oh, they're both destroyers. Messy. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's go for some more infrastructure effort, and then we'll get that extra research slot opened. You may be wondering why I didn't rush for that, but I just didn't see the need, to be perfectly frank. These are not assigned to an army. I'll assign 1 division to each. Make sure everybody's got a fair share of these troops, because they're the best troops that we have available. And they need resupply apparently, so hopefully he takes care of that. There's the 2 submarines that we wanted. Perfect. Okay, so now they need a mission. And their mission... not that they're going to be all that effective at it... will be to curtail where can we perform operations? We want them to do search and destroy operations in the Baltic. Only technology to research, we're going for convoy interdiction because we're using the submarines. Again, not the best choice maybe because the Germans didn't really rely on naval convoys, but hopefully we can intercept some of the larger ships that we know they did have moored across the north coast, and obviously ended up putting a large number of them in the fjords of Norway after the invasion was complete. Let's keep things moving. We're a month away from getting that new factory online, which means that I can trade for the sweet, sweet steels that we need to make weaponry happen. To be fair, we're producing quite a large number of tanks, given that we don't actually have enough steel, so we're doing alright. I think Sweden is a good source of steel for us, so that's good because that helps us build up a united front, as it were. Italy has joined the Axis, France has banned communism. It's all getting a bit hairy. So that new factory is almost done, almost done. I might hold off trading, to be honest with you. Why? Because we're producing 2 tanks a week, which, given the size of our army, is probably fairly respectable. It's not like we need 104 tanks to be produced outright, although the game seems to think that we need 132 for some reason, and I don't know why that is, because that's a pretty big division in my book. Come on, come on. 13th of July, we've improved. Let's get the extra research slot. Because then what I need to do really is get some new close air support aircraft on the go. When's this finished? 19th of November 1939. That's actually not bad. That's not bad. We will also move the coastal fort up and get that on the go, just to make sure that Oslo is as protected as it's going to be. We might as well invest in defences, I suppose. That's going to take up a lot of our construction capacity, but what are we supposed to do, really? We are going to be invaded at some point. So, given that we know that, we might as well invest in the defences. Okay, so we've got a wee bit more open to us now. I am going to go after an evolution of a light tank. We're also going to get ourselves some anti-air, anti-tank. What do we do here? Go for a new class of submarine that we can't deploy. Unrestricted submarine warfare. Let's move over to fighter level 2 and then we'll go for close air support aircraft to make sure that we can harass any armoured forces that land on our shores. We've got plenty of political capital, which is pleasing to me. Can I change conscription yet? We want all adults serve, really. Yes, we do. 450, so we've got a little bit to spend. We can get a democratic reformer or a popular figurehead. We can have an aircraft designer. It's agility and max speed. Improvements for bombers, improvements for strategic bombers and naval aircraft. Let's get ourselves an infantry equipment designer and an electronics company, so we can get ourselves going with a bit of radar on the go. I'm going to spend all of this actually, because hopefully we gain enough back between now and invasion time for us to change over. Do we negate enemy air support, or I'm gonna go for a commando, and now we'll just save back up again to get to being able to activate the preferred method of conscription. Poland's about to be invaded. That has happened, and what you see here is very much oh shit, because they just plow through Poland. Completely plow through. There's fucking fighting everywhere. Look at the state of that. There are German naval forces wandering around here with impunity. It's all going tits up. That's the scientific term. If you read any history books, tits up is actually the phrase most commonly used to describe what happened around this period. Here's hoping. We've almost got that extra research slot, which is going to be a big help. What's going on with construction? We've almost got some anti-aircraft going on. The Germans have completed their invasion of Poland. That took literally no time at all, because the Polish didn't get rid of their horses. Get rid of the horses, man, it's important. You can get a heavy fighter from 1936, but I don't really feel that's necessarily the way to go here. Let's get close air support. Actually, no, we've got a bonus for heavy fighters, so fuck it. Over here we can get another extra research slot, or we could begin focusing on the Liberty ethos, which is what we're going to do. Make sure we tell the world what side of our bread is buttered. What's going on in Canada? You guys cool? You guys are cool. We finished prepared defences. That is good. We're staying out of it right now. We're trying not to provoke the Germans unless absolutely necessary. They're going to declare war on us anyway. Grand assault, anti-air, improved artillery. I mean, we're not even producing any artillery right now, so I'm not really sure what the point of that would be. Can we improve? Mountaineers. I think that's what we'll do. Let's go over to the production tab, and we need to begin issuing level 2 weaponry to everybody. That needs to happen. We filled our need for motorized vehicles, so what we should be doing, I think, is switching over our production to towed artillery, perhaps. That increases our need for steel. I'm going to wait for this anti-aircraft emplacement to be finished, and then I'm going to begin trading for steel. Important business. I know there's no template that involves artillery. I am aware of that, but we do need some artillery on hand. Maybe we should design a division. So we'll keep it like that. And what we want is... I want to base this on a motorized division. But what we want to add to them is support artillery. Can we change this? Yeah, they're entirely in a support role. But whatever. So that's like a logistics company that deals with supply. Maybe that's more important, to be honest. Maybe that's more important. See, we don't have enough experience to build something like that. Let's just keep producing until we've researched something else, and then we will stop producing artillery and we'll figure out what the fuck we're doing. Actually, I guess we should figure that out next time. Thanks very much for joining me for some Hearts of Iron 4. You guys have a great Sunday. I will talk to you very soon. Ciao for now.